Okay, let's copy this hockey card. Opening up Illustrator, I'll open up a new document. We're going to make it 8.5 by 11. It's letter sized. Press OK. Units are in inches. I'm going to go find my file. So it's file place, and it's in our graphics 2016-2017 student folder, folder number 12, and it's OPC4. There it is. I'm going to lock this object so it doesn't get moved around. It's selection Command 2, which is a keyboard shortcut, and now it's locked in place. The first thing I want to do is I want to use my rectangle tool, and you can kind of see that there's a white card rectangle right around the card, so I'm just going to put that in. Now the object is the picture is now hidden because we have white fill and a black stroke border, and the white fill is hiding it. So if we select the fill and then say no fill, then you can see the image underneath it again. The stroke line is fairly thin. It's only 1 point thick. So if you want to see it a little bit better, you can up the weight of that line to 2 or 3. I'm going to take that. I'm also going to lock that in place. So it's Command 2, and it's locked in place. Now I can't drag either of them around. What I want to do is I want to make this black border that goes around the card. To do so, I'm going to select the rectangle tool, but instead of just clicking, I'm going to hold down, and it gives you an option for a rounded rectangle tool. So that will have rounded corners. Now if I draw it, you can see that the rounded rectangle, I'm going to give it some fill so you can focus on it. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. You can see it's too sharp. It's not round enough. It's too pointy. So Control Z, which gets us out of there. Now to make that corner softer, a little bit more round, I'm going to double click, and it gives you an option for changing the corner radius. Now I'm guessing, but I'm going to try 0.25 as my corner radius, and you can see now it's a little bit better. Let's just move it in place, grab it, drag it. It's close. It's pretty close. Let's see here. And then for shape, I'm just going to pull it out so it's the right size of that black border. I'd say it's close enough. It's hard to see it because it's black on black, so what I can do is select stroke, then come over here and choose some other color, green. And you can see that I can still see some black behind it, so I can up the stroke weight until I can't see any more black. And you can see I can only see black here because I didn't, it's not in the right place, so I just nudge it up a little bit there. So it's not going to be perfect. I'm doing this really quickly. There, awesome. Now what we can do now is you can see that we need to kind of notch out of here. So one thing I can do is come in and again hold down on rectangle, choose the ellipse this time, and I'm going to draw a circle. To do a circle instead of ellipse, I'm going to hold down Shift, which locks the X and Y ratio. And there's my circle. And you can see it's pretty close. Now if I want to resize it, I still have to hold the Shift key to make sure that the circle ratio X and Y are constrained. There you go. Now what I would like to do is I'm going to ensure that by doing that, I can see that just right here, you can see that the circle is on top of the rectangle. I'm going to pick both the rectangle and the circle and up the weight of it. What was the weight of it? I think the weight was 3. 5. Okay, so I'm going to select these two, and I'm going to go to Pathfinder tool, and I'm going to cut. So minus front. Now you can see we got that curve. Now some people, especially the laser type, they might come in now and just copy and paste the green. We can change the color so you can see it. Just double click on stroke. Let's go blue, doink. And now I'm using my select tool, which is shortcut V, and I'm going to slide it in place here. And you can see it almost fits. You can do some pulling and pushing of the nodes here, and you can see it gets really close. The one issue is curves. When you scale objects like this, curves don't usually scale as well. So you can see how this is a tighter curve than the green one, and as a result there's an overlap. So there's a couple things you can do. Okay. Also, you can see in the corners it's not so great. So what you can do is you can go and use your direct select tool, and you can pull these out a little bit, bulge them out. Another thing you can do, so let's just show you what I would do. Instead of cutting and pasting this, which gets you close, but you know, if you're a bit of a perfectionist, this won't work out for you. You just oops, sorry. I gotta select the whole thing. Direct select, sorry, select tool. Get rid of that. I'm gonna go and just lock the green in place. So that's Command 2. So now the white cardstock, this green border, and we're trying to put in the white border and the gold as well, and the brown. Actually, one thing you could do is actually just trace the brown, leaving a gap here, and then filling that gap in a little bit later, which might be easier to do, especially with having to draw a line that comes up and touches the curve but doesn't overlap. So let's try that instead. We're going to trace the brown now. Now to do that, we're going to select rounded rectangle tool again. Now if we keep the same radius, it's going to be too flat of a curve. So what I'm going to do is double click, and I'm going to decide that maybe this inner curve might be 0.2 or 0.15. I'll try 0.15 first, and there it is. So I'm going to slide in place. It looks pretty good. Looks really good, in fact. Now it's a little bit the wrong dimension, so I just drag it out like that. Down here, same deal. We're trying to do the brown, right? Just tug, tug. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I think here a little bit off. There, good enough. Nice. Okay, so one thing we can do is just center it vertically. See, it's a little bit off. Why is that? Oh, I understand. I have to unlock all, and now I can select these two green ones. I guess I can choose the white cardstock as well, center them, and there they are. And then now I can nudge them all over to match the image a little bit better. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to go back and lock these two, Command 2. This is the only one I want to be messing with. I'm going to change the color just so that we can keep track of this color, this one layer, sorry. There. Now what I'm going to do is going to cut that brown as well, right out. Ellipse tool, Shift, Constrain, oops, sorry, Constrain. There it is. Slide it in place. Hopefully I got it on the first try here, which would be a miracle. It's not quite right. So press V, select tool, hold Shift, pull it out, nudge it down. Still not fat enough. Pulling on a corner here, right around there. Still not. All right, close enough. Close enough. Now I'm going to increase the weight of this so it's entirely the brown. Let's see if we can do that. 8, so we got to come back for the blue here and make it 8 as well. Oops, did I say 8? There we go. Pull it in so we can see the white. Pull this one in so I can see the white. This one too. Nice. I think I got it. And then this one right around there. Good. Now, one last thing we can do is go again, unlock all, because I do want to make sure that these three, the white cardstock, the green line here, the blue line here, are nicely centered to one another. And then I nudge them over. Oh, I unselect the card. There we go. And lock those two again. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to switch this. Oops. Switch this, and you can see that it is definitely on top of the other blue. Another way to do this would be just simply double click and change it to gray or something, and you can see it's on top. I would like to put that in the right spot. I'm going to minus this from blue. There you go. Minus from blue. So now we have the green, we have the white, we have this blue, and then we have this brown, which we can deal with later. What I want to do is show you how I would cut this shape out here really quickly. Double. I'm going to go, 0.1. Is that tight enough? Let's just see if that corner is tight enough. We're looking at this one here. Select. I'm just going to use my arrow keys to nudge in. It's a little too heavy. It's close. You can see here the inside white is much tighter, but it's a much tighter curve. That looks fine. Let's just pull the X and Y in so that it's right size. There we go. Using the nodes. Okay, so we're just going to bump up the weight of this line. Nice. You can see it's a little bit overlap here. So, as you can see, I'm going really fast. Let's just unlock all again. And do this so that we can make sure that they're all centered. I'm going to not select that one. Just nudge them over. You can see it's a little bit off, but close enough for how fast I'm going. Again, I would cut a circle here. You know how to do that now, so I don't need to show you. What I want to do is show you how I would cut this out. So I'm just going to take all of this. Let's just take all of this and Control to lock it. So the only thing that can move, we can selected and edited is this blue one. Let's just change it to another color so we can see it. I haven't used yellow yet, so yellow. And now I want to cut that out. A real easy thing we can do is just use the ellipse tool, come in there and try to shape it out to be about the same, and then go 1, 2, you can actually select both, and then Pathfinder minus front. There you go. Cut it out. A little bit of a lip there, we can deal with that later. And here, you know how to do that. Let's do this really quickly. This is just simply a rectangle with rounded corners. So if you start drawing it, you might notice, oh, it's all right. Yeah, let's do that. Pull that out. Turn it around there. It's a little bit hidden there. Fine. Good. Circle tool. Ellipse tool. Oop. Control Z. Wrong tool. Hold down. Ellipse tool. Come in. Draw a circle. Take that and pull it into the curve. Right around there. It's gonna look funny. You're gonna have to probably soften this up a little bit using some tools. Take those. Minus front. There you go. Now, if you don't like that, direct select tool. Click on this one node and press curve and see what happens. Come here. Okay, soften it a little bit. Weight of the line might be too high, so let's go V, which is select tool. Click on that. Let's bring down the weight a little bit. Why don't we just flip it actually and go with fill? There we go. Use its solid fill. You can see it's pretty close. This corner might not be to everyone's liking, but it's probably an easy fix if you select tool here and you pull this further, and you take this one here and you pull this one further out. That. come in here and press curve that one and curve that one. In fact, maybe I could just delete this one there, delete this one here as well, and you can see we're very close to it. Now over on this side, let's take a look here. Oops, swap. You can see we got to cut that out. Easy sneezy. Taking your circle tool again, hold shift, constrain the dimensions. Nudge it in place. It's a little bit slow, I should drag it. V selection tool, pull it down, pull it up. You can see the circle's dimensions are changing uniformly. It's a fixed ratio change. Or scale, it's actually called scaling. Alright, let's go here. Perfect. Nice. That one should be on top of this one because I just drew it. So minus front. There we go. Now here, super easy. Rectangle tool. Come in there like a surgeon. And just V, select tool. Cut it off. Can't see it? I'll show it to you. Let's go black on white. Flip it over. There we go. So you know how to do that. I've showed you that. 2 circles, pretty darn easy. Bit of typing, slap in a photo, you're pretty much done.